journey for a while, and um, with everything that's been going on in your life, from what we see, which was from his perspective, what he wanted us to see, we had to. Me personally, I had to stop watching at some points because you are what you intake, you are what you see on a constant basis, and it was a lot of stuff that was just like, I can't even feed this into my atmosphere, into myself right now.
Right.
But I just felt for you because you couldn't just turn it off. You couldn't just like, all right, I'm gonna just go to sleep now. Like, this was your life, this is what you was living.
Yeah.
And I just see how far you have come, how like you were. And look, this is how I really feel like about it, and this is just my perspective. I feel like, everyone decides and chooses what time they're going to be born, who they're going to come out from, who their parents are going to be. We choose this before we even come in here, and we choose everything that happens in our life. And I feel like with you, you're such a powerful being, such a powerful being. I feel like you've been here so many times before, because if you weren't, I don't feel like you would have been able to deal with that thing that you had to deal with. Like, that was a monster. I feel like if you ever played like a Mario game, like it was that big ass monster in the end, and you beat that motherfucker, and you still coming back to book, 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 book. Like, I feel like your energy was the only person, the only thing that could have conquered that. And you put that, I feel like you put that in front of yourself to remind you of your purpose and of what you were supposed to do here. And that ain't nothing about to stop you. Not even, nothing. Nothing is gonna stop you from the beautifulness and the great things that you want to do. I feel like like, this. He fed off of your energy, fed off of everybody's energy, but you did not let him. I'm
I
just so
believe
proud of
that.
you.
I believe that. I agree with everything you said, but I also would like to add that I feel like personally, it it I feel like the other people who went to combination and experienced abuse, I think that their voices added to mine is was really going to bring awareness to the situation. Feel what I'm saying? Needless to say, everyone's on their own journey, and it's a sensitive topic, so we can't bombard, with carbonation members to come together. It has to be a mutual agreement, and people have to understand that. As long, I just feel like, as long as I'm speaking up for myself and standing up for myself, that the truth is being heard, whether people believe me or not. You know, in the Bible, there was a situation, not only Jesus, but many of people in the Bible that we don't talk about, who spoke the word of God, and people denounced them. People say, "Get away from me. That's not the truth. This is the truth." And then when everything hit the fan and everything came about, that person was praised. Do you understand? That person was held of a very high degree in society and became a leader of people. Not only Jesus, multiple people in the Bible that we don't talk about, right? Men and women. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, my energy is like a very strong component within the bringing awareness to carbonation, because of how passionate I am about bringing awareness to it, that it sparks. It literally sparks the minds of carbonation, or the people who went there, or the people who are there. I know it does. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep talking. I talk for them, because I know they're gonna watch my videos. And I want them to hear me, and I want them to hear that I know, and I want them to come to a realization one day, that to know that I knew. Because when all of this shit play back in their mind, when they come to their senses like I did, I realized everything that happened, even stuff that was unconsciously happening. I was like, wow, wow.
But you
And
know what though? You know what? Not even to cut you off, Queen, but it's more than carbonation. People are living their own carbonation in their own households. You know what I'm saying? People are living this same exact thing, maybe not to that extent, but to that extent
you see what I'm
every
saying?
single day.
It's to a
So
degree.
so your voice, yes, it's gonna, hopefully it gets carbonation, the people that are still there out or whatever it is. But again, this is their journey. They're gonna learn whatever they need to learn from that situation. Hopefully they get out of it. But your voice is for all the, because look, you know that the people that still was watching that Was
What?
watching it because of
Hold on,
you.
wait. I gotta say something. Keep that thought. Please remember what you're saying right now. I'm pulling out coconut meat after like, okay, remember when I told y'all I like to pray when I eat my fruit? Because I'm in my journey right now, I'm on a spiritual journey, and I'm fasting to be guided by God, you know, by the supreme source. Of course, this coconut came from nature. Obviously, we are supposed to connect to nature in order to have a thriving connection with the divine source. So if you think of this coconut as like a bit of information from the cosmos, and when you eat it, what you eat you become. So it's like a message from God in this coconut, and I'm being filled with the energy, so like the energy of the source of this coconut. Like the information is filling me up. There's a lot of meat inside here. This ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a lot of coconut meat. Like I'm literally getting fed the word of God. Like if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
That
so that
makes
my body could become more cleaner, more purer, for to be the vessel for that energy to flow through me so that I can do, going back to what you said, be the voice for everybody, that have a silent voice, because there are people who have a silent voice, and there are people who are sent as messengers or sent as people who speak for these people. This is not something I ever asked for. That's what I want everybody to understand. I never asked for none of this. The only thing I ever asked for in my life was to have a farm. And I went after that. I went to college for agriculture, and I went to study nature. This is what I asked for. My life turned into this. I had no idea how big on the internet I would be. You know what I'm saying? So this is beyond me. This has something that has happened to me, not something that I'm like, yeah, I want to be this person to you. Like, I could, before all this happened, I could care less. You know what I'm saying? What I necessarily meant to people, because I was so focused on me. But this journey has given me so much substance, so much emotional substance. It's like I was feeling like that because I'm supposed to be. I was feeling I'm supposed to live this way so that I can inspire. And it's all like getting pieced together. It's my life. It's just not something that's like a movie. It's a movie of my life, if that makes sense.